History is full of famous names: Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Patrice Lumumba, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. But today, let's explore some historical figures you may not know about from around the world. One of them is Raila Odinga, a man who turned courage into policy and pain into progress. His story is not just about politics, it's about perseverance, democracy, and a vision that helped reshape Kenya's destiny. Born on January 7, 1945 in Maseno, Raila grew up in a family steeped in public service. His father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, was Kenya's first vice president. After studying mechanical engineering in East Germany, Raila returned home and taught at the University of Nairobi. But when he spoke up for freedom, the cost was high. During the 1980s, he was imprisoned for nearly 9 years under President Daniel Arap Moi's rule for supporting multi-party democracy. Amnesty International named him a prisoner of conscience, joining figures like Nelson Mandela and Václav Havel in the global struggle for liberty. When Kenya finally embraced multi-party politics in 1992, Raila became Member of Parliament for Langata, marking the beginning of 3 decades of reformist leadership. He played a key role in repealing Section 2A of Kenya's constitution, ending one-party rule and restoring democracy. In Parliament, he pushed for transparency in elections, freedom of the press, and constitutional checks on presidential power, ideas once considered radical, now taken for granted. By 2008, after a disputed election, Raila became Kenya's second prime minister under a unity government, a move that stabilized the country and prevented deeper violence. His leadership helped deliver the 2010 Constitution, one of Africa's most progressive charters, establishing a bicameral parliament, independent judiciary, and devolved county governments that brought power closer to the people. Beyond politics, Raila envisioned an economically independent Kenya. As Minister for Roads, Public Works and Housing, he expanded major highways, modernized infrastructure, and promoted affordable housing projects across the country. He backed education reforms, advocating for free primary education and vocational training, believing that empowerment begins in the classroom. Under his tenure as Prime Minister, Kenya launched ambitious projects: the Lamu Port South Sudan-Ethiopia Transport, Lapset Corridor, rural electrification programs, and digital infrastructure investments that still shape Kenya's growth today. His push for anti-corruption frameworks and transparent public spending inspired a generation of civic watchdogs who continue his accountability mission. Raila's impact reaches beyond Kenya. In 2018, the African Union appointed him as High Representative for Infrastructure Development in Africa, where he championed projects connecting African nations through rail, energy, and trade corridors. His Pan-African vision echoes leaders like Kwame Nkrumah and Thomas Sankara, seeing Africa not as divided nations, but as a shared future. He urged youth to embrace innovation, digital democracy, and entrepreneurship, often saying, "The future of Kenya and Africa will be built by minds that refuse to accept limits." From political prisoner to reformer, from engineer to statesman, Raila Odinga stands as a living lesson that freedom demands endurance. His story teaches us that leadership is not about never falling. It's about standing back up for yourself and your nation. If you enjoy learning about powerful but under-recognized figures shaping our world, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and keep exploring history that inspires. Thank you for watching.